Other building. 2 of America's Most Wanted.
You know it.
It's a big fucking goddamn event in this motherfucker. Niggas sipping orange juice, mimosas, double cups and all that.
Patron.
2H back in the building. He always here and he don't need no introduction.
We got hold up. Yeah, shout yourself.
It's AK Neron. You already know what the fuck going on. Ain't no rules in this bitch.
47, nigga.
Yes, sir. We got the man, the myth,
The one and only.
the legend, the Russian apparently.
Exactly. We got a communist in here, nigga.
It's FBG Big John in this motherfucker.
Let's go. A whole lot of that, man. We in the building out here, man. Law of energy, man. I'm glad to be tapped in with some of the best, the brightest in Raleigh. So, hey, man, we about to get into it, man. Shout out my boy Noah. He is in the building, man. Shout out my right. Double H is right there.
Wow, that might have been one of the most professional introductions we've ever had a nigga give himself.
Shout out Big John, man. So, nigga, you're Russian.
I am, yeah. I came here in 1999. I was adopted, man, from Nizhny Novgorod, Russia. So just blessed to be in America, living the American dream.
You speak a little Russian?
Only food items. That's all I know, because that's all that's important to me, food.
What's some good Russian cuisine?
Oh, my God. Like borscht, that's like the stew. My dad was teaching me to make that at like the age of 8. Like I'm putting like beets, cabbage, potatoes in a big pot. I'm like, he's like, this is your people. So I said, yeah, okay, I fuck with it, man. So yeah, a lot of borscht, a lot of good stews. Love sour cream too.
It must be nice to know your fucking history. You know, slavery kind of fucked that up.
Yeah.
I thought it was like fucked up that I had to come to this country and be taught about racism.
Yeah.
That was the craziest thing.
Because you're not white, you're Russian.
Yeah,
it's a difference.
And I be telling people, I'm like, yo, I had to come here and found out that they own black people. I'm looking at white people, I'm like, why'd y'all do that? That's fucked up, man.
Fucking Caucasians. So you feel like there is a difference? Like I've seen that with white people. Like some white people be like, I'm Irish.
I'm Italian.
I'm European.
I'm
Eastern
Albanian.
European. Y'all are American. Y'all got fucked with that one. I'm sorry. I came here and learned about y'all, and y'all was fucking up. But I'm here to correct that, and we're going to get past that, and you're going to be a better person after meeting me.
What was it like coming here after in 99?
Little culture shock. How old were you?
I was 3, so
he ain't know shit. He ain't know.
My first food was oranges because they didn't have fruits over in Russia. They just don't have the weather for that shit. My first American food was an orange, so I fuck with fruits heavy.
Tangerines and shit?
Yeah, I got orange slice, C4. I got orange juice in here.
Don't got no oranges?
Them niggas must be vitamin C deficient over there, right?
Vitamin D.
Yeah, I was underweight too. I was like real skinny, like a beanpole.
Little John?
Yeah.
Little John?
I came here out bulked up.
Midget John.
Yeah.
He was like, y'all niggas don't know. Y'all got nutrients and vitamins.
Yeah, I came over here, just blew up. I said, damn.
Yeah, you getting them nutrients.
American food.
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga, high
Hormones.
cholesterol.
Something.
Tell us the story. So, Big John, you a legend today, but you weren't always a fucking legend. Like, how did you even get into DJing? What was this?
So this is about 2 years ago. I was touring with a band called Spare Change. I was like their roadie because
You were the spare change.
I really was. So me and my best friend Cole Sipe, which is one of AK's friends. Like we have a big
Shout out him.
We have a collective, like a networking collective. It's called FBE, Family Before Everything. And so that's me, AK, Consume, and Cole Sipe. So with us, like that makes up the whole FBE team, and like Imani's in there, JoJo's in there, a photographer, a business manager, so on and so forth. Great people. But from there, like he gave me an opportunity to go on tour with him because he played bass in the band. I learned to hook up sound, run lights, do all that, and I did that for 2 years. And I was like, you know what? I want a real life where I'm not on the weekend in different cities and not have weekends to like be 22, 23. So then I got into 519 and they said, yo, we'll pay you whatever you want and you'll come and turn up our bar. And I was like, I had no idea that 519 was the way it was before. And I came in there and
So describe it. Not everybody's from Raleigh.
Well, out here in Greenville, like they're doing like the do-si-do, the honky-tonk, like all this boot stomping, all this. And I'm like, yo, I ain't even got a pair like that. Yeah. So I'm up there turning up whatever, and like they're like, "Yo, we're gonna have to tone it down." But now it's become a thing now where like my go-to song is "Pop My Shit" by Cloud, and I have half that bar singing it. Like, he's seen it there before. Like, I've changed the atmosphere where I play my friends, all the local artists. They get playtime at like my bar. Like, I've had Kevin Powers in the bar with me, and I'm playing his songs. I've had Abel
Kevin Powers.
I had Abel Masho in the bar with me. Like, people just come in and see me. I had Justo Mobbin in there one week.
Shout out Justo.
Yeah, great people, man. AK's popped in there, Consume, the whole FBE family
47.
pops in there, and they hear their music, and they're like, damn, like, this would never get played for this crowd, but I'm going to play it no matter what, because all these people who got all the big deals in the radio shit, they getting paid for this. I want to see my friends get paid. Even though it's like these small streams that might not amount to much, they still going to make something off of that because I put in the work and I put in the dedication to play my friends no matter what kind of scrutiny comes upon me or people want to like talk shit. I don't care, bro. These are my real deal family, and I do it for them any day of the week.
Talk about the backlash that you face trying to, essentially give niggas culture.
Yeah.
Add some flavor to that motherfucker. Like, what was that about?
They're like, the first thing they said was like, no one knows these songs. I'm like, if I play them enough, people will know them.
Hypnotized.
And that's why people sing along. They sing along the cloud every week, and they're like, they sing "Pop My Shit" word for word. Say, nah, you can't hit this blunt. Oh, the whole bar be singing that, and they wouldn't do that if I wasn't playing it every night of every shift I have. Without fail. Like, my ending songs are Nodding Off and then Fresh Air by Western State and Masho. Those are my last two songs at every set. People couldn't pay me enough to play any other songs because I'm like, yo, I ain't got nothing for you but prayers because this is what I'm playing.
Yeah. What was Lil Jon like in middle school? Was you energetic? Was you getting in trouble and shit?
Yeah, you had this big Russian energy back then.
I was a badass kid. They sent me
say.
to Catholic school too, so I was like the biggest kid there, and I was coming into myself, didn't really know who I was, and just I was a super athlete, I played
super.
Hey, yo, in the white Catholic school, bro, I was a specimen. I locked down Bam and Adebayo. Bam Adebayo for the Heat.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he went to Northeast. He was in 7th grade, and I was in 8th grade. I was about 5'11", 6 foot.
You was giving him
he
buckets?
he was so skinny. He was about 6'3", but $160. And I'm out there 185 in 8th grade. I was a fucking machine.
Yeah, you big,
Yeah, I'm pushing him
The
around.
Russian machine.
Fuck DJ. And
Yeah,
pick up
the
a
Russian
football,
hammer. Yeah,
motherfucker.
I was a linebacker too, a middle linebacker. I seen the longest yard one time. I said that was it. That was my calling.
So who
I
got
gave you the buckets. What you talking about?
who got you interested in the turntables though? Like you fucked with Mad Lib.
To be honest, I just wanted to find a role to be like involved in my friends, like because I at first I saw it from like a managing and like I wanted to be a manager and like in the early stages, and I just didn't know where my role was, and then I was programming light shows, and I was like, do I need to do that? And then like someone was like, try out DJing, and without this man right here, Noah, he gave me my first like show to DJ, which was Summer. And y'all was at that, right?
That was your first.
I had never spun a set.
And then I noticed that you said 2 years ago is when this shit started, right?
Yeah.
So this is a very short time period. It's like, what the fuck? How did you? This nigga rose to the top of the game, nigga. What was it?
Shout out Summer in the Carolinas. We shouted out in the last interview. That shit was amazing. Yeah. For real.
Was there like a big learning curve?
I was just so excited to get into it, and I was pressing like Tia, Belize. I'm like a month out before the show. I'm like, yo, man, let's get our set together. And then I had to learn real quick. People going to send it to you like 24 hours before the show, and like just work with the artist, and just there's definitely a learning curve on just like breathing and just not being so overly excited, but just like work with them and be like, yo, we all busy. And then the more shows I got booked for, like I hit you up like the week of. I'm like, what are we working with? Let's see what, like, just give me the notes, like what we got to go through, and like we'll get it all right. And now I'm sitting at 130 different artists in less than a year that I've DJed for now. Like I have a note on my phone on like every artist that I've DJed for, and I try to keep a good relationship with all of them because they gave me an opportunity to not only represent them, but to represent whatever they invited me to be at, like whatever that event was. I was just excited to be there and thankful. So for me to be able to get to turn up with all these great artists, great individuals, like just so special.
You never made beats?
I tried to. Cole,
Really?
Yeah, Cole tried to give me. I got the whole Ableton push. I got the all the DAWs.
Oh, you remember?
Yeah, bro. They was trying to find a role for me so bad. They're like, Big John got so much love
You
for
was
the
just trying to
people.
get some value. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
trying to get value.
What he was trying to do
I
something.
wanted to be
Yeah.
sixth man of the year so bad. I'm
Something.
like, yo, I'm Jamal Crawford, baby.
I'll set a
please.
screen. I'll get rebound. This nigga like Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Please.
Team player.
That's why I said Big John's just Big John. It's like, how you know Big John? You Big John?
It's Big John. It's hard to avoid this nigga.
Yeah.
No more than this. You need to give it a program. Get out the kitchen.
I ain't gonna lie, he came in the room and it was just Big John.
I
was
knew
like, oh,
when the door
shit.
opened, Big John was going.
Nigga, people downstairs know that Big John is here right
Yeah.
now.
I said, what's happening to everyone? I was like, hey.
Big
I
John
like the
teed up.
energy. So what was the fucking formation of FBE? You know, family before everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was like 5 to how many people was in it when it created?
okay. So me, AK, Cole, Consume, and then there was this girl. Her name was Madison Birch, photographer, Imani, and then JoJo is like a business manager, and he's
Okay.
like my best friend growing up. He was my basketball coach too, so a lot of history there. So like where it really started was because I went to West Virginia and I played lacrosse in college, and like,
Super athlete.
Super.
I was a walk-on too. I had never played a day in my life. I got redshirted from the soccer team because I was pushing 300 pounds when I broke my back my junior year of high school.
How the fuck did you break your back?
Yeah.
I was in practice and my coach like was trying to make an example of me because I was bullying my teammates because they were all small, scrawny human beings, and I was just
And you was just
Yeah.
Big John in that
Yeah.
motherfucker.
They
I was-
called themselves men.
I don't know why they didn't have the credentials.
Yeah.
He was an alpha male in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, y'all niggas ain't this
That's what they
superior
call
shit.
themselves.
And this ex-Marine came back, checked me to the back, and my L1 to L5 collapsed because he hit me with the force of God. I swear, that forearm, it just sunk into my lower back, and I folded like a
Like
fucking
a
table.
lawn chair.
Instantly.
It hit the ground. Like he's like, get up, and I'm like, I don't think I can. And then
Like he fucked up like anything you could have had in like sports.
yeah,
Kinda?
And, yeah, and then I got kicked out of private school because I was just so distraught about that. And I stopped giving a fuck. I showed up to school drunk as shit. Like that was their last straw. They said, you know what, you get 10 days, and I don't think you should come back here for your senior year. So this is 12 years in private school. I've never been to public school a day in my life. Next year I go to public school and I'm just trying to learn to walk again because I like my whole sciatic nerve. I couldn't stand for 5 minutes without my right side of my whole like body going numb. So just losing enough weight and getting enough mobility to not even play sports my senior year, but just like
Fucking walk to the bathroom.
Yeah, walk
Yeah.
to the because the doctor was like, "Yo, you're never gonna play sports again." I said, "Bet, we gonna see about that."
Yeah, get some ass or something.
Yeah, and then I only had one offer left, and that was from Potomac State College at West Virginia, the university, and so that was like, that's the feeder school for WVU. So anyone who doesn't have the grades, because I was so screwed up about that. I'd never took the ACT or the SAT. I thought my whole life was done when my back broke, and I was just like, not doing any of that. So they were like, "Yo, this is a JUCO. You can come up here and play." So I was going up there to play soccer, and then the coach was like, "Yo, you're almost at 300 pounds. There's no way you're going to be able to be a goalkeeper for us." And I was like, "That's fine." And he tried to redshirt me. I said, "I'm not doing that." And then the AD was like, "The lacrosse team is looking for people, and you're a unit." So, and the
You're
coach
a
White
was,
Zion Williamson.
and the coach just saw like, because lacrosse is very similar to basketball. It's all about slides, like defensive slides, and you're like,
Lateral movements.
exactly. And as long as you know that, he said, "Yo, I'll teach you the stick skills, like hand-eye coordination.
nothing.
That's all it is." And I was like, "Hell yeah!" So I got to be a walk-on and play college sports. And like, I went back to my doctor and I showed him like the picture from the website, and I said, "You said I wouldn't
Ah,
do what?"
bitch.
Nah.
Like my parents was like, "Yo, you extra petty for doing this. Like, your doctor has helped you so much, and you just want to come and do this to this man?" I said, "Hey, it's in me.
Big John.
That's that Big John in
I'm him."
What's your music inspirations?
Griselda.
Griselda. Shout out to Mir.
I got it right here on me, actually, right here. GXFR.
Oh shit.
shit.
What is
That's part of the
Griselda?
family.
What does that mean to you?
Griselda by Fashion Rebels.
Yeah, but like why them?
So after going up to West Virginia, a bunch of my teams were like Native Americans. They played like on these reses. And there's a bunch of reservations outside of Buffalo. So I went up to Tonawanda, Gowanda, and you've heard about Griselda. They've talked about the Tonawanda. They were in there. So this is 2016. This is when like you see the DJ Green Lantern album with like Benny the Butcher, like the real start of them. So that motivation in Buffalo I saw from that level. And then I was just trying to play some indoor, like some semi-pro at the time. And it was just motivation that translated through it. And I was like, yo, I just fuck with the energy and what they're doing. And they don't care if they sound outdated or if it doesn't fit in or like if that's the New York sound. They made it shake no matter what. And I was like, that's what I'm going to do in my life. Like, I'm going to make it shake.
Yeah.
So I definitely got a lot of love for Griselda Records. Man, we're movers and shakers inside this building. I don't even know what to tell you.
Gotta make it shake till it's loose. But you was on Native American reservations?
Yeah.
Did they give you like a cool ass name like White Sock or something?
Yeah.
You're strong like ox.
Yeah. White horse.
What's some crazy shit you saw on it?
So like you don't have police, you have marshals. So they don't
I heard of that.
They don't arrest any of like they're Native American born, so they're not gonna arrest any of their own kind. And like
community.
Yeah. So and if you have an indigenous person's card, you can pretty much go between like Toronto and Buffalo without getting stopped by anything, because technically you're not an American citizen. You're an indigenous person that is has sovereign land in like the United States. Like you're independent. Yeah. So like the only way that a white cop can come get you is if it's the state police or like the FBI. There's no sheriff. There's no like city police that can even come on the res.
Out of jurisdiction.
Yeah. So it's a really nice protection zone. So and like the reses are really set up to fail, where like I asked a bunch of my like teammates in college, I'm like, yo, so what is your high school experience? They're like, yo, our high school is like going to trade school. They're teaching us to either tear down our like land that we like live on, or like to make money off that land, then expedite it to like bigger corporations and white people. And I'm just like, they really got y'all destined to fail out here. And I was like, and like they don't learn over like algebra 1. They're in there like running chainsaws, welding. They're not
wasting time.
Yeah.
So when they came to college, they're there for one season because they don't know like biology, chemistry, like none of that.
H3O.
So they get one season in college, and if they can't make it shake, like they go right back to the res, and they're either at a mill, they're at a factory, or they're doing something outside to chop down their res.
So you just saw that and was like, that can't be me.
Yeah, and I was to the point like in my life there where like I had only lived in the South and I hadn't really been out of the South, so I only saw this life of living. And then I went up there and I was like, yo, I don't even like want to be a part of what like was being taught to me like growing up. Like these people are human beings, and like they've been one of the most persecuted people, and y'all still hoeing them. Like that is wild.
To this day.
Yeah, to this day. So it definitely opened my mind, and then that really stemmed in whenever I came back, because I shattered my whole hand here. So
God damn, John. What did you not fuck up in your body, nigga?
Everything's been fucked up. Like my knee, that one's been done. I just did my foot, my back, both my hands.
The bionic man now.
Big John,
all my fingers are broken. That's why they look like this. But yeah, I'm still here. I'm doing my best.
Yeah, it doesn't complicate when you fucking working,
the hand cramps, and then I feel like my hands get stuck sometimes, and I'll just be like
a little off the
bending my fingers out. People are like, what are you doing? And I'm like, calm down.
What?
Damn.
I have to like pull my finger back.
Yeah.
It's like a Charlie horse in my finger.
Yeah.
I get it when I'm writing. You know, my pen be crazy.
Like especially when I'm on the laptop for a long time, like getting files and shit, like or sending out emails, like
What
Tedious activity.
What happens if you have to like take a shit when you doing your like set or whatever?
it doesn't happen.
It never happens.
I've never had that experience.
That's I've been waiting on that question because it's like, what do you do? Like you just leave your fucking post?
I have before, like running these shows. You see me just disappear. Like rappers are like,
"Where's Big John?
Big John."
Yeah, but somehow, but when it's time to go to the next song, I'm there.
Yeah.
But like, sometimes I'd be having to yell at the sound people. Like I really take over. Like whenever I get hired to do a show, I'll make sure your show goes right.
You get what you pay for.
Yeah, like we have no issues. Like no one can attest. I run this ship tight.
Smooth sailing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what waves are in the water, we coast them. That's just what it is.
That's why every the In the Fest is so good.
So what's a bad DJ? What does a bad DJ do?
Whew.
Yeah, it's a lot of size.
Good Lord. They don't bring their own table. So a bad DJ is someone who just ain't on top of their shit. They asking you if you got files for their artist to DJ. I'm like, yo, why would I have them? You should have them, not me. Or like, yo, can I use your board or your laptop? We had the dongle situation. That was bad.
I know what a dongle is, but like, what's the dongle?
Tell the story. Tell the story.
We had this dude who had a DJ set at like the Boone show, and like I thought he'd like bring like at least a flash drive because I'm like that's the like the lowest level that I can really work with you with. And he was like, "You have an aux cord, bro? I'm trying to like plug in like just like you would do it in a car." I'm like, "Bro, this is a show. We ain't playing tunes in like a Honda Accord. Like we in a venue right now." And we made it shake, but that blew me. I was like this isn't a frat party that we DJ, this is a show.
When you encounter unprofessional artists, does it just make you want to quit? Like, yo, I don't even want to do that.
I really laugh because I'm like, yo, man.
Like, you're not.
He still gets paid. Regardless if they shit is funny, he still gets paid.
We still gonna have a great time too, man. Like, either like you with the program or like you not. Like, yeah, because I'm still gonna be me regardless. Like, I'm just having a great time, and like they be getting frustrated. I'm like, yo, not everything's gonna be perfect here. Like, we don't live in a perfect society or a perfect world, or we're not even in a perfect industry. Like, something bad is gonna happen at least once, and you gotta learn to work with that and not let it affect you. Because if you do, people are gonna see that, and they're gonna see that you get distracted with any small like problem. And you got to be able to deal with that. Get through it, go to the next, because those are the people that want to work with you because they see you're a problem solver, you're independent, and you can bring value to whatever team, project, show, whatever. And that's always what I've strived for.
That's jewelry. Put that shit around your neck.
Free game. It's a lot of free game.
Hell yeah.
Are DJs' importance dependent on regional? Like, because I heard like in Atlanta, right? They say if you don't have a DJ to break a record, you're probably not going to be shit in Atlanta. Like,
same with New York. They said the same thing with New York. Bro.
Like, how important is a DJ?
I think any artist that has worked with me, like since like working with me, they've either had another opportunity come up for them to get booked for another show, or they've been booked for another one of the In the Fest.
Big John effect.
Nah, because I'm there to give 150% just like them. And I send out in every like welcoming text, I'm like, yo, I'm here to give 150% and match your energy and to be the person behind you that it's like, because I see so many artists, like if they're not getting it from the crowd, they look behind and they're looking for their homies. Sometimes they don't have them, but they got you. And they want to see that like someone's feeling them too.
Like, you feel like people use you as a power adapter sometimes?
Oh, definitely, because I
got a lot of energy.
Yeah, I got a lot of energy, and I'll give it to you any set, anywhere. It doesn't matter. Like, we were in the middle of DC. No one knew us, but we had one of the best sets because we gave everything we got. We could be performing for Helen Keller. We'd still go crazy.
She could be like
Helen Keller,
Ray Charles, all of them.
Yeah, I don't care if they didn't see us, they hear us, none of it. They'd have a great time.
Yeah.
We did get a little bit off track though. You were telling the story about how FBE formed.
Oh,
you fucked your back up in college.
Yeah, so I came back from playing like lax and all that, and then one of my friends died from college. Like, they found her inside a bathtub, and I was like, yo, because like before this, I went to school for agricultural statistics. I wanted to be a farmer. I was so washed in.
Why
like,
the fuck did they call it that?
Agricultural
statistics?
That's farming.
Nigga, that's fancy than a motherfucker.
Wow.
Yeah,
it makes sense though. Like,
working,
I got my degree in agricultural statistics.
You probably want to know that.
Yeah, like agricultural business and statistics, like you do that, like the ag business. Like, I wanted to go work for the Department of Agriculture. I was set up to do that.
Oh shit.
But then after my friend Brooke died, like I was like, yo, life is too short. And I see so many of my friends around me, they don't chase their dreams. And like, that's going to be a big what if at like the end of their life, whenever that does come.
Regret.
And they're going to think about that. Like, did I chase everything that I wanted to? And I really took that in a literal sense. And I was like, yo, I want to do something in music. I don't care what I have to do, but I'm going to make it happen. And from that point, I got with like Consume, because me and him we met at a church camp when I was in high school, and he was rapping at ECU, and I was like, yo man, I fucking believe in you, man. I think you got really good talent. And then from there he was working with Cole, because Cole was mad crazy with the EDM stuff, and they hit like $500,000 for like the My Life joint, like it was a big EDM song.
Numbers.
Yeah, like Cole was making millions of streams off of the EDM stuff. And so this was when he was transitioning to hip hop. And then me, Consume, and Cole were like, yeah, I think we're gonna come up, okay. Because FBE, before it was Family Before Everything, it was Fat Boy Entertainment. Because it was me and Consume. And both of us was hefty.
Some
humans.
big boys, heavy
Hefty
duty.
humans.
Big John.
So we did that, and after that, like after we added Cole, we were like, "Yo, Cole is a very small
Kind
man."
of slim.
Yeah, I don't
What's your
think
beef with
Don't
scrawny
fit the
niggas?
brand.
he didn't fit the brand at all. We had conflicts. We
Yeah.
got to come up with a different FBE, and then from there, Family Before
Family
Everything.
Before
Because being adopted, I have no siblings. I have no real like family that I really call my own. So I got to pick my own family, which is one of the most best feelings I've ever done and best decisions I ever have had in my life.
I didn't even question that. How the fuck? So you was born in Russia, and you got adopted
To America.
Yeah, to
Wow.
to these to Frank and Roberta, great people. Yeah, like he loved my mom.
How the fuck they find a child in Russia?
So my dad, like his family is Polish and Russian, and like since like my mom didn't want to have kids or couldn't have kids, like he was like, yo, I want to keep that same, and like because like
bloodline.
Eastern European, like they love their ancestry, so they wanted something from the same cloth, and so they went out to Russia. They got me. Yeah.
Yeah, damn, they adopted
Or I
him
could have been
overseas.
I could have been in like an orphanage, man, just like frozen in like the snow, doing nothing. Because where I'm from is like the highest population for drug addiction and homelessness. Like I come from one of the worst like big cities,
Junkies and bums.
in Russia. So for me to have this opportunity to be in America and live the American dream with my friends, this is the best life. No one could ask me to trade this life for anything.
Yeah. And a lot.
Yeah, I was about to say, shout out to Mia, because we kind of just were touching on this.
Literally.
She was saying that, she's Palestinian, and she sees the American culture over here, and she was like, y'all niggas look very comfortable. Everything's convenient. Do you feel like there's a big difference in culture?
Oh yeah.
Like, you think we take shit for granted down here?
Yeah. Oh my God. Like,
Sure.
like the sense of respect with some people, like
Word.
entitlement. I'm just like, I came here with nothing. Like,
Zero.
I had an opportunity, and I've made this shit shake somehow, and
Yeah,
like
being
I'm
an orphan.
grateful with that. And I'm like, yo, you should be more appreciative about the situation that you're in, because you could be in way worse, but you're not. Remember that.
Perspective, though, a lot of people don't have that.
And like I learned that being up on the res, where like I was so centered on myself, and then I looked through other people's like eyes, and I was like, yo, I don't want to be like that. And that's when like I changed my whole lifestyle.
You became like a people person after that?
Yeah, like where like I was only like worried about stuff that affected me, and like very self-centered, and I was always looking out for myself. And then I was like, bro, we on this earth one time. You might as well make it great for everyone around you. Don't make it just good for you, or you're just gonna be a sad person. So
That's how that shit is. You can't take life for granted. I saw that you had tweeted that the NC music scene is crazy or is special. What's so special about it?
oh my God.
Let them know.
I think what we saw in South Florida in 2016, 2017 is gonna be North Carolina in 2022, 2023.
That's Big John's predictions right here.
Yeah.
Crystal
Okay.
ball.
Like,
Okay.
Chubbs would agree with me. A lot of the headed influencers
Shout out
in the
Chubbs.
city, and like
Shout out 919.
exactly, like they would agree with me. Like we all have talks. All of us talk. And if you don't think we do, we do. Like
Illuminati.
The meeting of the
Closed
mind.
rooms and shit.
Yeah.
Big John in that chair.
Motherfucker 2H in there with a
2H
robe.
in there, ready
He in
to
there with his
banish
robe.
Ready for banishment.
But nah, the Winston-Salem, Charlotte, Greensboro, Raleigh, Lumberton, Wilmington, they all got at least one to a handful of people that can really make something shake in the next year.
I don't want to sound ignorant, but why didn't you go like the Skrillex route? Is that something completely different?
Yeah, that's
Something completely different.
right now. Like my next venture is like executively producing shit. Like I have an album that's
Like Rick
gonna-
Rubin or something.
that and like the DJ Khaled thing, but I'm not doing a DJ Khaled like album. I'm making something. I'm making like with my album. It's called the Road Trip, which like it's a concept album where I'm gonna have all these different artists that I've worked with, but it's gonna be like you're taking a ride and you're just changing the channels on like the radio station and getting like people like y'all to do like intros or chubs,
Little skits.
little skits, and it sounds like a radio thing, and then it like you hear the static and goes to this next song because there's all these people that want to work with me and they want to get in to do these records, and I'm like, how is it going to sound cohesive? And now it's like traveling through the state, like through Charlotte, through Winston, Greensboro, Durham, Raleigh. And that is going to be the concept, but locking in with all the people like
That are from
the
those areas.
influences, like you
Okay.
guys, Chubbs, Shania, like out in Winston, like all these like influencers, get with them to do the skits, to somehow be involved with this project where it's for the state. It's not for me. Like I just got my friends together. I got all the beats. I funded it for like the studio sessions. I paid for them. Like I want my friends. I want to make something with my friends because I haven't been able to do that. I've been doing all like these shows, and I want to give back to the state now. So the family road trip, but through North Carolina, through all like the different scenes and sounds, and for everyone to get an opportunity if they want to be like associated with me and like have an opportunity to put a verse on it or put anything on. I'm here for it. I'm working with you. I'm gonna find something that fits you.
That's a crazy ass concept, and that's exactly what the fucking scene needs. Like, nigga, you could do that and go on a tour, go to all of these different locations.
Exactly, and that's like something that me and Noah have talked about. Like, it's definitely going to build off of something like that. And then me and Chubbs, his birthday is the day after mine. He's going to be celebrating his 30th birthday, and I'm going to be turning 26. So around like the first weekend of like September, we're going to be doing a show, and like a lot of those people from like the album that I'm working on, like Noah, AK, all of them we're gonna do a show somewhere, probably Poorhouse or the Fruit. It's something like that. I know me and Chubbs have been talking about it, and I know I talked to you about it minimally. But yeah, like there's definitely been plans, and that's like what I'm plotting on really is just slowing down with these shows now at summertime, getting more studio sessions, like working with these artists that I either haven't like seen or worked with since I've done a show with them. Just keeping my connection solid, because I see so many people that use people for the moment, and they're like, oh yeah, I used him to get to this point. But I'm like, nah, I stay solid with these people year round. Like,
You make connections.
like phone calls all the time. Just ask Noah. He gets enough of them.
Speak on the spontaneous Big John calls.
It's a whole lot of phones ringing.
Big John in your ear yelling and shit.
Yeah,
He's wavy.
People hit me up like, yo, John this, John that. I'm like, bro, I don't know what to tell you. It's about 6 other people asking me the same question. Like, a whole lot of patience. Like, feeling out of body right now.
Shout out Duce or Patron, whatever niggas say.
I told y'all before, Big John hold himself accountable. He tell you he
Let him rip.
Oh, yeah, like I was saying before the podcast had started, Big John hold himself accountable. I've definitely have talked with Big John about some things, and he's like come to me correctly about them. And a lot of people in this industry, a lot of people in real life, period, don't really hold themselves accountable to shit they want to do. And like I was saying before, and nothing against them type of people, but you really got to give people their flowers when they do follow up with what they say they're gonna do, and the effort that they put into that. And, you know, that's a rarity out here. And that's why you got to fuck with Big John, because he's not a rapper. He's not a producer. He's whatever he need to be when he need to be it. You
The
feel me?
Russian machine.
Exactly. And he's all about the family and shit. And it's just like I said, it's rare and it's hard to come by. So you really got to appreciate it. It's once in a lifetime. He's really a gem out here. So
Wow.
you got to treat
I
him
really
like that.
appreciate that, man.
You already
That's
know,
love.
man. You already know where
That
we
shit was
at with
fucking
it.
beautiful.
Family.
Nigga, why don't you ever speak about me like that, nigga?
I don't know. I don't know. Hell yeah. That shit sounded beautiful, nigga.
Sounded like y'all was in Russia together and shit. Sound like,
We from the trenches together, man, for real.
sound like they was smoking on them reds.
Oh, shit.
I have a very early photo of him, and like right before FBE turned into family before everything. It was a very early photo before the long hair, Big John, Consume, and Cole Sipe. You don't see any of these people. But if like one day when we all on and everything, that picture's gonna surface and this shit's gonna be hilarious.
Shit gonna be classic.
It's not even
I
gonna
look
look like Big
like
John.
Ellen DeGeneres. It's
like Ellen?
real bad,
Oh,
man.
it's back when he was Lil John,
Short hair and everything.
malnourished John.
It was the day they asked me to be in FB, and I was like, I gotta record this. I need some sort of record for this.
Hell yeah, because ain't no FBE change. Yet, man. We gotta work on the FBE change.
Where's the chain?
I gotta get him, man. I gotta get him.
That shit just gotta say La Familia.
Yeah, gotta have a chain in day.
Family. Family.
But what makes a good DJ? We talked about what makes
Yeah,
a
we
bad
said
one.
bad DJs.
What makes a good one?
DJ? Someone who actually cares about the record. Like someone who actually listens through the set and be like, where the hell can I come in and be like, do I get on the mic here? He's
my
one of the
shit
greatest, man. He is like, we hit this shit in Boone, man, and like we became a power team.
Yeah, you already know.
So like me, I'm doing the records, but I give him the microphone. He's over there, bounce, yeah, ha, ha. I'm like, yo, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
artists are.
He
like,
got me
going
hyped just doing that
crazy.
shit. I'm like, oh fuck. Feel like I gotta turn up.
Yeah, for real. If you
Oh
guys-
yeah, one of your G show, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a great team now. Like we just figured it out.
Yeah, literally.
Boone was the first time we tried it out, and just like
Trial run.
You going tomorrow?
Oh yes,
Shout out my boy.
yes.
Diary for Chief. I just had to do a quick little shout out.
that's my
Little
special
plug.
guest
Y'all
for
gonna see a
tomorrow.
real
Shout out that
treat
young
tomorrow.
brother.
Yeah, he's actually my special guest for tomorrow. They gave me a set tomorrow for the show.
Oh, that's fire.
But yeah, someone who can really listen through the set and just know what's coming and don't act surprised and willing to work with the artist. Like always be looking at them because sometimes they don't want to do the whole record. They might have lost the energy, the flow, and like you got to be looking at him. I see so many DJs, they out on like their phone or something. I'm like, unless you airdropping a file in, bro, you there working. You ain't there to like, I'd never take no Snapchats or like Instagram shits. I'm working. Like you ain't gonna see shit until I repost it later. Cause I'm not on my phone unless I'm getting songs from you. Like I'm not there to document everything. Like someone can document that for me. They know I'm there.
Big John.
Like I was about to say, no cap. This man really asked me, he was like, yo, run to the mud bucket and grab my weed and Rello so I can roll up real quick. Like, he won't leave that stage for nothing.
He posted.
Yeah, post it.
Big John got to recharge.
Bro, I roll blunts on stage. Like, it doesn't matter where I'm at. Chinese restaurant, he said, boy, what you going to actually do for me? Because you're talking all this, but
That's
I
why I
ain't
said
seen
when
a
Big
whole
John
lot.
was I done had that conversation with other people.
I think your shit just went off, too.
Like, I take my
Hell
life,
yeah.
everything I do.
Yeah, we gonna
My
pause
pops
it real
taught me.
quick.
We actually don't have
Whatever I
enough
do,
time to pause
treat
this
that
shit. We gotta be
like
here
a
by
$1 million
6.
business.
That's what I was about to say. I wish we had more time with this nigga. Because I'm loving this.
Big
We
John
got enough time. We got
kept
enough time.
that
We got 5
energy.
minutes? Yeah, man. All right.
You gotta tell him what the old man said. Never waste a boner.
No, he was like, all right, shit. I used to sell cars, so this old man a car. He told me wise words any man ever needs to follow, no matter how old you is. Never waste a hard dick, and never trust a fart.
Amen.
You might shit your pants.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude was 82 years old when he said that. Yeah.
What does a DJ need to be a DJ?
Besides the equipment, obviously.
Like,
Passion. You gotta be passionate about, or you have to have passion for like the passionate. And that's like one, I've tweeted that before. Like where like, if you're not passionate for the people you're working with, and you don't, and they don't see that, you're never gonna get called back again. Like I got a call from Top Hill Fredo this morning, like 10 a.m. He said, "Bro, I need you in Florida with me in Fort Lauderdale, June 3rd." And we turned up at like the DC show together, in the winter in the Carolinas. And just off those 2 shows, he's like, "I need you in Florida with me." And with Highway 2009, the dude that got shot out by Cardi a few months ago, like. And doing a show with him, I was like, fuck it, I'll go down to Florida. He said, hey man, we'll get you a cheap flight, have that shit busted. So if you don't have the passion, bro, you don't need to be on that stage. Like, if you're not willing to be one of the most outgoing people and just like throw yourself into it and into the music, like with that artist, it doesn't matter what you look like or like, don't even think about that. Think about what you're doing with that artist on the stage. You're sharing a stage with them. What would you do in the most of that moment? Like, for real, like, you got to think about that. Are you there to be like this, be like,
Be too
All
cool.
sitting.
yeah, like you ain't too cool to be up there. Like people are watching you, so you better give them a show too, because you're not there to be boring. You're there to be part of the show, because that's what you got hired to be. You are part of the show.
DJ is the point guard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Gotta throw dimes, nigga.
And Big John Magic Johnson.
You know it. Hey, tell them where they can find you. And shit.
Hey, you can find me everything at FBE Big John. So hey, if you ain't following me, you need to, cause hey, it's a whole lot of dropping information every week, cause we doing shows all the time. And lastly, I want to say, shout out to FBE, shout out to Ain't No Rules, shout out to In the Fest. Rest in peace, Claudia Nueve. Rest in peace, Sauce Pack TV. Rest in peace, Leak Saucy. Rest in peace, Sad Frosty. And rest in peace, Lil Kid. And all that being said, 2 times. And if she ain't gonna give me some head, then she gonna give me some bread.
Ow.
Whoa.